Today, I invite you to be with the Lord and reflect with you the story of the unforgiving slave and the act of St. Maximilian Kolbe in 3 parts. Human harshness. He seized him and started to choke him, demanding, "Pay back what you owe." The Gospel gives a startling example of human harshness. History recalls another one. In Auschwitz, the camp deputy commander Karl Pics decided that the most effective way to keep prisoners from trying to escape would be an overwhelming example of reprisal. 10 men in Block 13 were picked out for starvation. The thought of innocent men dying because of another's escape would make anyone think twice about it. The master of our Lord's story is angry at the harshness of his servant. We can only imagine the Lord's anger at the harshness of a place like Auschwitz, called by Pope Emeritus Benedict a place of horror and unprecedented mass crimes. Let us purge our hearts of the evil of harshness which brings down such misery on our soul. St. Maximilian steps forward. The Lord's answer to Peter in this Gospel, not 7 times, but 70 times 7, points to a heroic living of the virtue of charity and forgiveness. St. Maximilian Kolbe, whose feast we celebrated this week, gives us an example of that kind of love. When the commander had picked out his 10 victims, St. Maximilian had been passed over. No doubt the others who were spared were breathing intense sighs of relief. Instead, St. Maximilian stepped forward and offered to take the place of one of those 7, Francis, who cried out in anguish over his family. We can only shake our heads in amazement that the flame of love could burn so brightly in that place of horror. The cross sets the standard. The examples of the saints challenge us. They don't give us a superhuman example, but rather the testimony of what men and women are capable of doing when they allow the grace of God to work in their souls. We too have many occasions when we are called to live a higher degree of virtue, but so often we cut ourselves a little too much slack. When Peter asked about 7-fold forgiveness, he was quite generous, but the 70 times 7 that Jesus speaks about is measured against the cross, the symbol of the Lord's infinite love and forgiveness. Saints like Kolbe understood this. Let's try to imitate it today in ways both big and small.